So it's Saturday morning here. I just got up and I was just kind of screwing around on Kijiji, looking at deals this morning. And I seen there's an old Jonsered chainsaw for sale. It's a Jonsered 535. From our research, it's a 51cc semi-professional saw made from 1986 to 1993. So she's an old girl. I don't know if that model was any good or not, but there's one for sale for $40. They said the rewind, something happened to the rewind, and the guy just didn't bother fixing it, and he's selling it for 40 bucks, and apparently it runs. So I'm going to run out and take a look at it. I'll let you know how that goes. Alright, just got her home. Just came home, changed my clothes, and went straight out into the garage. So there we go, it's a Jonsered 535. Serial number tags there. I'm going to Google and see if I can use the serial number to find what year this is. It's anywhere from a 1986 to a 1993. So the anti-vibe is all together, but it's missing just a screw that goes through here to limit the movement of the handle. And I see it's missing this one screw in the exhaust. And then it was advertised as the rewind was broke or something. So I was like, oh yeah. I just noticed that now. He said the pull rope was broke. So then I came and looked at it and I said, oh yeah, it's just needs a rope. So I bought a rope, but looking at it right now, bugger, look. There's one dog and the second dog. The ends broke off the dog. Son of a gun. Well, oh yes, and here there's a nice repair to the bottom of the case here. JB weld and a piece of aluminum. But I think that for up in the case should just be the chain oil. But anyways, $40 saw. Let's see what we got. So Jonsered chainsaw is kind of a big deal for me. Growing up on the East Coast, this was the saw to have. If you were a commercial logger, you're serious about cutting wood, you had a Jonsered. And talking to guys from Ontario and out here in Alberta, it seems like Jonsered saws didn't really catch on. They weren't really a thing. It seems it was more of a popular East Coast thing. So I was very surprised to find this old saw for $40 close by. So I ran at the chance to pick it up. Because, yeah, I love old Jonsereds. And I like these old saws because they're just so unique looking. The way the anti-vibe goes up the side like this. And for a 51cc, I'm very surprised at how small and light this saw actually is. So it sucks it's missing that dog off the rewind. I never noticed that. I would have bought it anyways, $40. And it should still start pulling on one, but I don't know, I might throw the flywheel out of balance because it's missing that piece. So, I don't know. Looks like the rivets, you might have to buy a whole flywheel or pull a flywheel off. Maybe there's a nut in behind. But anyways, I'm going to get the rewind back together. I'm going to pull this off, check the air filter. The on-off switch in this is stuck in the down position. But from what I gather, it's not too uncommon for these kill switches to fail anyway. So it's stuck in the off position, but it's stuck down. So I'm going to pull the plug and check for fire and see where we're at with that switch. So, and I'm going to do a compression test while it's apart. It's not a really fair compression test because the saw's the cylinder's dry because it's been setting, but I'll tear into it a bit and see what we got. Dry cylinder and all, the saw hasn't been ran in who knows how long. And look, we're at a solid 120 compression. Air filter looks good. Spark plug's a nice kind of a darkish coffee brown kind of color. I think I may have made off like a bandit on this deal. So the major problem is that one rewind dog and then that cracked case. But if the case doesn't leak, I think that's just bar and chain oil up there in that compartment anyways. So if it doesn't leak, it's fine. But the saw itself, Like this handle, even you see where you grab, like it's not worn down. Like even the sticker's still in good shape. Look, all the paint is still on the bottom of the saw. Like, despite the few little things, like this saw, I don't think it's been beat. I think it's had a pretty good life. We're in Alberta. There is logging in some areas of the province, but you know, where I bought this saw from, it was a small prairie farm community, and the guy lived in town. I seen he had a four-wheeler, so he probably just used it for camping now and then. So I think it's pretty safe to say that in this saw years of use, it's 86 through 93 is this model. But I'm going to go ahead and say this saw has pretty little use. Once I get it fixed up a bit, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be a great saw. So I'll get the plug in her and some gas and oil in it and see if we can make some smoke. Alright, so we've got lots of fire. I just pulled the cord and she's got lots of fire. So I'm just going to give a little drink of gas down the carb hole and see what we got. The pull cord isn't the best because it's missing that dog there, but we'll see what we can do. I dumped the old gas out of it, but it looked pretty good. I'm guessing when this guy pulled the saw out to get it running, he probably put new gas in it before he broke the rewind cable and gave up on it. So we'll see what we got anyways. Non-original pull cord handle here, but okay. Yeah, the rewind's definitely binding because it pulls good a few pulls and then it's probably that broken dog getting caught. I think it would have started by now. Maybe I poured too much gas in and flooded it. Wow. Okay, so it's got good spark. I poured some gas down the cylinder. And it's not firing. Oh well, I'll just keep trying. I'll try to hold the throttle wide open. Dang it, I didn't get it on camera, but I kid you not. I held the throttle wide open, gave it 3 pulls, and it fired up and just purred like a kitten. So, the switch is broken. This switch is broken, so you gotta pull a choke to shut it off, but, ooh. Oh, the rewind. Of course. Of course I gotta restart it and the rewind piles up. You son of a gun. Okay, I'll be back. It was just the string that knotted up. I just gotta... Well... Yeah, I got quite a bit of string on, so I'm just gonna pull a bit more tension in this and shorten this up. Alright, here we go. It might be a little flooded because I had to shut it off with the choke, but... I think she's going to run. It seems like there's a lot of slack in this throttle linkage here. So I might have to take it apart and screw with that a bit, but we'll see. Yeah. I'll get up on here so you guys can see me. Let her warm up. Look at that! $40 chainsaw. How about that? So, I'm going to do a bit of research to figure out what year it is, just for fun. And I think a lot of parts are starting to be discontinued for these saws because they're so old. But I'm going to see if I can find a dog for that rewind. So, yeah, man. This bar's got quite a bad burr on it, so I'll have to file that up, get the bar cleaned up. I think I'll probably... the chain should file out. Yeah, a couple screws here and there. That rewind thing. And I got myself a nice chainsaw. This repair here in the case, I filled this up with oil. And I don't think there's any leak. It looks a little damp. It was damp before anyways. But I think we're good. I don't think it leaks. Even if it seeps a little tiny bit, it's not a big deal. So that's pretty sweet. Oh, the old drive sprocket's pretty wore out in there, but whatever. I'll go through it and a few little things. Hopefully I can find and get this thing fixed up. I'll have myself a good chainsaw, so that's really cool. Of course, the oil hole in the bars is completely clogged. It looks like there's oil coming to here. I'll have to check that out. But there's no oil coming to the chain, but this is block solid. There's a pretty big burr on this bar. But we'll get her filed out and working. Maybe I'll just run it. Oh geez, yeah. That drive sprocket's seen better days. Maybe I'll just run it and see if we can get some oil coming. Is that normal? I took out this screw and tipped it over and there's oil coming out of this screw hole. Yeah, it's oiling like crazy. My goodness, this thing runs good. It's got wicked compression. Bars right up. Unbelievable. Hopefully I can find a few parts for this and get her up to tip-top shape. And yeah, man, like, she's mint. Get her fixed up. That should be a good saw for me for a long, long time. Look at that. Ran it for just about a couple seconds. And we're solid. We're a solid 130. I don't know if it's ever going to focus. Probably not. But it's a solid 130. It's actually over the line. It's the needle is almost touching 135. So it's like 130. I'd say about 132. 132 pounds. So I'm not sure what this is supposed to have originally, but that is awesome. Yep. So this is whack. I have to get that fixed up. And a couple little things, man, and oh yeah. I'm excited. See that? Literally all I did to this thing was dump gas in it. And check this out. Oh. See, it's flooded a bit. It's flooding out a bit because I got to shut it off with the choke, but still.